What's up, scribes? So I know it's been a minute since I've made a video. This video titled "How to Break a Soul Tie." And the reason why I'm doing this video is because I've had different discussions with like more than one person. We're discussing soul ties, and I've had even one or two people ask me how to break a soul tie. Because I was discussing with them how I had such a soul tie and then breaking it, and so uh that's what this video is going to tell you. So one of the first things I want you to recognize is that you have a soul tie. A lot of times people think, oh, it's a soul tie. Okay? If you and that person are not together, but you still are yearning for them, you say, oh, I'm in love. Yeah, but it's still a soul tie. Okay? It's a soul tie. That yearning, that calling, that's that soul tie. It will have you all out of your. This is how you know you have one. When you are acting out of character as a person. And I'm telling you, I was completely out of character. I never, ever, 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 ever chased a man. And I was chasing someone who already had basically was done with me. But my soul tie was so strong. And one thing I have to tell you that is that many times when you have this soul tie and you are running behind that person and they're not running behind you, it's because someone else has occupied that space that you have left empty. Be it they left you or you left them, your space is occupied, okay? And so just know that in the sense of that, they're already building a soul tie with someone else. It's not you anymore. Their soul tie is broken with you because they've started a new soul tie with a whole nother person. Okay? So just know that. You, on the other hand, are still running behind his soul tie or her soul tie. And that's basically where you are. Once you recognize that you have a soul tie, now you're saying, well, how do I know if I have one? And when you are out of character, one thing, if you are doing that drive-by and texting and calling all day long and the person's telling you to go away and you still are coming by, you have a soul tie. You could call it love all you want to, but it's a bond. God created man's ability to connect with each other. We have to connect with each other. And our spiritual connection and emotional and physical connection begins with kissing, exchanging breath, and sex. That's our connection to each other. We're meant to connect with one another. Now, who you connect with, male, female, whatever, that's up to you. I'm just saying that you build that soul tie. And many times it's hard to break the soul tie because God intended us to be with each other for long term, not for short term sex, And so that's why a lot of times it's hard to break a soul tie. So just think about the things you're doing that's not in your character and how that person has you out here looking crazy. It's your soul tie. Okay, so the first way you need to break it is you need to cut off all communication. Delete their number, delete the email, delete the block them on every social media you have. Take their name out your phone. You're gonna have to just put it to your mind that you never met them. Like they're invisible, like they never was created, like you never met them. And I know there's times you're gonna run into them and that feeling gonna rush all back in you. I'm gonna tell you this. Please, 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 please. You have to deny that urge to make a call, to make a text, to make any kind of communication. Don't say a word. And there, some people say, well, you're doing no communication. It is a no communication, but it's not for the reason that for them to come back to you. It's for the reason for you to let them go. Because every day you don't communicate, it becomes easier not to communicate. You understand what I'm saying? So every day that you don't send a text, every day that you don't send an email, call on the phone, put something on there, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, who knows, TikTok, whatever, you're posting stuff on there, stuff. Every time you don't do it, WhatsApp, some people on WhatsApp, I ain't getting on none of that stuff. I've had several people like, we don't get on WhatsApp. No. look here. Anyway, I digress. You just don't do it. You resist the urge because that person has already moved on and created a new soul tie with someone else. They do not want you. They've told you, go away. I don't want you. Leave me alone. So now you have to dang on freaking learn to just let it go. And it's going to be hard. Trust me. It took me almost a year. It took me about a year before I cut that off. A year of my life just breaking a soul tie that I built for like 5 years or so, 5 or 6 years. Yeah, I built that soul tie. It was a long time, so it was harder for me. But it wasn't that hard for them because they had already moved on and created a soul tie with someone else. Or I'm still out here single, not building a soul tie with anyone else. I'm trying to, but I was able to heal myself. So one thing you want to do is heal yourself, and so you got to pray, pray, honey, and meditate. You have to meditate and you have to pray and you have to know your worth, okay? That is not your loss that they're gone. That's their loss that they're gone because you have to know what you brought to the table. What did you bring to the table? Male or female. Know what you bring to the table. Trust me, there is no two of you. They may find someone that looks similar to you. My ex, primarily, found someone that favored me. But baby, let me tell you something. She ain't me. She is not me. No way, Jose. And she'll never be me. Not in a million years. Like, yeah. Anyway, I'm not doing salt. I'm not spitting venom. This is facts. But the thing is, you have to recognize that when a person does that, it's more so showing you your value. Okay? So understand what your value is. Cut off the communication. Cut off, get rid of all the social media friendships you have with that person. Get rid of it. Get rid of all of that. You need to meditate. You need to meditate and know your worth. Talk to God, because you know what? His Spirit will help you, lead you out of that. And one day every day you don't communicate, it gets easier and easier not to communicate. And then eventually one day you're gonna wake up and be like, whoa, ooh, it's a really good day. And that person will not be on your thoughts of how great that day is. It'll be great because God woke you up and you are just happy in it. Okay? So I want you all to understand that. So soul ties are hard. Exchanging body fluids is difficult because that's what God intended. So like I said, it took a year. And I want you to understand that it's going to get better. And you're going to cry. You're going to feel so bad. You're going to feel low. You're going to feel like your whole world is like ending. And you're going to want to drive by drunk and text them drunk. And because you're all emotional. Do not drink, baby. I'm telling you, don't drink. During this period of your healing, of your strength, please refrain from drinking alcohol. Now, I'm not saying you can't drink anything. You can get 1 glass of wine. Let that 1 glass be your last glass. Don't pour a second and third one. Because once you take yourself to that other place, you're going to go to that other place. That's not what we want. It's going to set you back. Then you're going to start all over again, okay? And I'm not going to tell you to go out and find someone else to sleep with. I'm not going to tell you that. Don't do that. Because all it does is you start building something with someone else you really don't care that much about or you somewhat like, and then here you are in this whole relationship with them. You could possibly get pregnant or whatever, and now you're stuck with a person that you really didn't want from the get-go, but now you're like, oh well. And that's not fair to that person because they're putting all into you and you're only giving them whatever percentage you give. So just remember that and breaking those soul ties and rebuilding yourself. Know your worth, and that's man or woman. Know your worth. Know what you're worth, and know that the soul tie can be broken. And you will wake up in the morning and see a whole new day. You're going to have to drop the anchor so the ship can go forward. Drop the anchor. Sometimes it has to happen. And that's it. Persons are your anchor. God remove people from your life for a reason, because he's trying to take you somewhere else. You have to recognize this. God's trying to lead you somewhere else, and you can't go because that person's weighing you down. They're holding you back. Let them go. Okay? Let them go. You're worth it. I know that you are. Okay? Just realize that. It's going to hurt, but it'll be better. Just give it time, okay? All right. So tell me what you think about it. Tell me what your soul tie, how you broke your soul ties. If you have any other ideas to share with people so that you can help them help themselves. Let me tell you, it took a lot of research and me looking up things and figuring out where I was and why I was acting out of character. And it really helped me. So I want you all to just think about that and listen to my words and just listen to me. I'm telling you the truth, okay? What I'm saying to you will work, but you have to put in the work, okay? And it's going to be hurtful. It's going to be painful. Let them go. All right? I love you. All right, people. See you on the next video.